Hey everyone. So in this video I'll be revising the document and completing the document that I started this morning. So I'll be working on array concepts and just making a document to keep in handy for my interviews so that whenever I'm again preparing for my interview I would come back and see it again just for revision. And this might be helpful for someone who's also in the tech preparation journey similar to mine. This afternoon, I saw a post saying, like, it was a viral tweet. It was about how coding is dead in the age of AI. But in my opinion, I think problem solving is a necessary skill. It really makes you think and to really work without AI at times. And when you're working in a team and want to focus on building something new, you still go back to the first principles and the coding knowledge like object oriented programming and classes, entities, and many more things like that in real life. So, yeah, I still think that it's like very much relevant. But yeah, I think with AI, we will definitely be able to do these things in a faster pace. But you'll still rely on people who are experts in problem solving, and I think it's a necessary skill set to learn and build because it keeps you sharp, makes you think, just like how it's about solving puzzles and going to the gym regularly. So, yeah, this is why I'm doing it. And sometimes viral tweets like these, like, make you think that whether the effort that you're putting is even worth it or not. But I think instead of focusing on outcomes, sometimes it's necessary to just be in the process and just let it flow and like let time decide whatever the decision would be. And yeah, with tech specifically, you might have to like really be updated at times, like undergo certifications and do stuff that really matter in the industry. But I think if you are able to problem solve, you are able to think critically, and sometimes reading and writing is also a great skill. Making documentation is something that I like and enjoy. So articulation of your thoughts is very important, I feel. And if you know the concepts, you'll be able to solve a problem, any problem in this world, like much faster. And also not to give up because there is always a first time to start everything, and you cannot be too ambitious initially. You must have to go through the process of failure, but that will improve with time, I think. So yes, I'll share my screen so maybe we could work on this array concept document together and just understand the concepts. Mm, so this is something that I worked on this morning. So array is a collection of items stored in continuous memory location. It is a linear data structure with same data type, has zero based indexing, has fixed size, and accessing an element takes like one time complexity. So suppose if we have an array with these elements in memory, this will have index 0, 1, 2, 3, and it will be stored with values this. It starts from 0 to n minus 1. So if the length is n, the index always goes from 0 to n minus 1. As it is a continuous data type, the address can be calculated with this formula. Example of this would be suppose if the element is at the address memory of 1000, its data type is int, so size of int is always like 4 bytes. And suppose if we want to find the address of the fifth element in the array, fifth element at the fifth index, so we could like use this formula with base address 1000, index being 5, and size of the element is 4 bytes. So this is the answer which will be the memory address of this element. And I think just because how if we know the index, we could directly go to the element and find the memory address. So this is like O1 constant time space complexity accessing, and we could directly go to the memory address. Some fundamentals topic that I wrote this morning was about element, how it is a single value stored in an array. It represents the actual data stored at a particular position. So for example, your array has these elements. So 10, 20, 30, 40 are all like individual elements in itself. And these are also stored in continuous memory blocks. Accessing an element is also constant time. An index is the position number of an element in an array. So if your array has these elements, then the index starts from 0 to n minus 1. So this will be 0.23 in memory. So array of 0 would point to 10, array of 2 would point to 30. And arrays are faster than linked lists as there is always caching advantage. You could directly go to a particular location instead of iterating, I think. So length is something which is the total number of elements in the array. So if the array length is 10, last index would be 0 to n minus 1, which will be 9. Accessing an element also takes O1 time complexity. Here we need to know the index and we can go straight to find the value of element directly. So suppose if we want to find the array in this price array and want to find the element which is at index 3. So this is 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index. So this is gives us 40. You could also use this collection calculation for it. When it comes to searching an element in the array, it takes us O(n) time complexity because I want to look for a specific element array. But suppose if I don't know the exact index, I will have to start from the initial index and then check every element one after the other. This will take me linear time, and this is also one of the disadvantages I feel. However, if your array is sorted, meaning it's in ascending order from smallest to largest, I can any day use binary search, which takes O log n time complexity, and I can go to the index first, go to the middle index first actually, and then decide if I want to go to the left of the middle index or right of the middle index. And suppose if I want to insert an element in the array, so I'll write on how to do that as well because I think that's what I need to work on now. So I'm also like I have this really cool Discord group. It's called Study Together, where you could like come and study with strangers. It's a server, so many people from different countries come and study together. They'll be on video call and just stream. So this is also a cool thing that I like when I want to focus and do something. Okay. So now if I want to insert an element, suppose if my array is named as letters and consist of different letters A, B, C, D, and E. So, uh, suppose I want to insert, like, just remove the D. Then scenario one would be inserting at the end. Like I can directly insert D here, but this will end of the array. This will take O1 time complexity. Scenario 2 would be inserting in the middle or start. So to put V at index 3, I need to move E index 4 to make some room. The worst case would be insert at index 0, because in that case I will have to move all the elements one spot to the right. So if I have 1000 elements, I will need to move next. We can think about deletion as well. For example, my array is letter consisting of element A, B, X. And I want to delete X hat index 2. So something I could do is remove x. That way I will have index, basically a gap at index 2. And I wanna close the gap. What I will need to do is like shift C into index 2 and then slide D into it. However, in the worst case, if I want to delete the very first element, I will have to like shift every element by one spot to the left. So a comparison table would be like if I want to access an element, the best case would be O1 constant time complexity. Worst case would also be O1, and because it is a logic based match jump. To search for an element, it's still gonna be O1 because the element can be found at the start. Worst case would be ON because the element is not found, and the logic would be checking elements one by one. Insertion would be O1 best case and ON worst case. Here we are shifting elements to the one by right. And for deletion, it's gonna be O1 and ON. But in this case, while deletion will be shifting elements to the left, so I think we noted down basic operations for now. Gonna see in my list what's the next one. I think I can write about data types and memory footprint in arrays. So when we declare it, we need its data type determine the size of memory cell. For example, if it's int, then it's always gonna be 4 bytes, and if it's an array of 10 integers, then it will occupy 40 bytes in the memory. And the same formula comes into play. Um, I want to talk about declaration, which is which can be done through the pointer. So when it comes to pointers, declaration is about creating a reference variable. A reference variable is just like a pointer in the memory. It will tell the system that I need to declare an array but don't know where will it be in the memory. If you have nothing to declare, then it would be none. I think now if it comes to defining the size and initialization of array, then there can be two types. One could be like static initialization, and another can be dynamic initialization. It's the spelling of initialization. Initialization. Mm, And then this could be used when we know data at compile time. So suppose in Python, I might declare an array called nums, and I know the data exactly where it is and what elements are there. So this comes in static initialization. However, in dynamic and initialization, we we know the amount of data but not the values yet. So suppose in Python, I can declare it as nums, and then I can declare keep 0 at all the 5 places or index. So this will create, what it does is it will create 5 references of the integer 0. So we can talk about the length property versus size. So in Python, use length of array, which is a written function. Always use plural nouns or array names. Like this is good, like users, scores, indices, to say it's a collection. Another rule could be about consistency. This is if I print colors of one, give me output green. So if I have int scores, traversing an element. about visiting every element. They are exactly once. Logic would be common patterns would be using the for loop. So this is gonna be for Oh, the Google Sheet. Yes, I can share it. Um, and, you could like make a copy of it. I can share the link. I can share in the chat box if you'd like. This is the link. Let me know if you are able to open it or not. Hi, what's up? What's up? Nothing, just like revising arrays. What about you? This water. Yeah, you kind of look busy. Going out for laundry? Yeah, like getting back my afternoon activity. Okay, see ya. Hi. Hi. You're welcome. Suppose if I have apple in my array. This is also ON. Another method could be using enumerate. It's kind of late here. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I'll continue tomorrow morning. I'll finish this document. I also have some array problems to solve. I mean, it's just revision, so I'm hoping I'll be able to do it faster this time, but let's see. Like, our Before this, when I was solving few error problems, it took me a long time. But I don't know about this one. I'll be referring to my sheet, like Google Sheet and the problems in it. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for joining me. Bye, guys. Good night.